Everybody wanna be Scarface, but I'm like Money from Desperado with the gun in the guitar case. After the performance, ain't no applause in us, just dead bodies on the floor in the audience. We burn Dutchies instead of incense, it's oils. Tradition and rituals, principles and morals.
What is up, everybody? It is Fox back with another video, and today we're diving straight into today's top gaming news stories. The developer of Alan Wake and Quantum Break has spoken out regarding potential sequels, stating the ball is pretty much in Microsoft's court. So why aren't they happening? Courtesy of cogconnected.com. Here's the full story. So if you're like me waiting for sequels to Alan Wake or Quantum Break, then the developer of both games, Remedy Entertainment, says the sequels will have to be approved and greenlit by Microsoft. Speaking with GamesIndustry.biz, Remedy's CEO Tiro Vitala said that since Alan Wake was in collaboration with Microsoft and Quantum Break is an IP that's owned by Microsoft, then the sequels to both those games would need their say-so, and they simply have decided not to take it any further, said Vitala of Microsoft's past decision on a Quantum Break sequel. Now, in regards to an Alan Wake sequel, Vitala's comments somewhat contradict what was said by a Remedy director back in June, where he stated, "So we own Alan Wake's IP, yes, and I just want to say outright that it's very dear to us and close to our hearts," said Mikhail Kurasirin, a Remedy developer for their upcoming game Control. They also went on to say that we all love Alan Wake at Remedy, and I think all of us want to see a new Alan Wake game. But as of now, it is unclear how much of the Alan Wake IP is owned by Microsoft or Remedy Entertainment, though it is understood the publishing rights for both games is firmly in Microsoft's hands. And that's where this particular news article ends. So here's my thing. Can we really blame Microsoft for not jumping over any of these potential sequels, especially given the huge investment made into Quantum Break, a game Microsoft ended up losing a ton of money on? The sales did not even cover the TV show aspect of the title, and in hindsight, live action sequences probably weren't a good idea for the IP. Though to be fair to Microsoft, the company was pushing the whole TV games mashup thing prior to the original Xbox One's launch back in holiday 2013. Still, we have the Xbox division actively building new IP, releasing some content the gamers wanted, like a sequel to State of Decay, and some games they didn't, like Sea of Thieves. So my point is, Xbox are sitting on a veritable treasure trove of IP, games that made the OG Xbox and the Xbox 360 hot, but are seemingly being ignored by Microsoft this generation. It's a similar situation with titles like Sunset Overdrive, which although was quite excellent, is largely been overlooked, really in favor of the likes of Where on Earth is Crackdown 3 and the already released Super Lucky's Tale, and again, the full of potential but rather barren Sea of Thieves as we wait for the Cursed Sales expansion pack several months post-release. Now, that's not to say these are awful games, people, but wouldn't we prefer a sequel to Sunset Overdrive, Alan Wake and Quantum Break over those aforementioned titles? I think so. But are you an Xbox gamer? Perhaps you are fortunate enough to own all of the consoles. What past OG Xbox or 360 titles would you like to see resurrected for the current generation or next generation of Xbox? Let us know down in the comments. And in other news, this time courtesy of JillShockers.com, PS4 is still at the top of Ubisoft's sales metrics, followed by PC, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. Here's the full story. So Ubisoft announced its financial results for the first quarter of the fiscal year 2018/2019. As usual, the publisher has provided a breakdown of sales by platforms and region. Now, games on PS4 are once again at the top of the chart. PC ranks second, Xbox One third, and Nintendo Switch fourth. Yet the Switch gained traction year on year while PC overtook the Xbox One. It's also interesting to see that PS4 lost a bit of ground to PC and Switch while retaining its firm share of dominance. Chief Executive Officer Yves Guillemot accompanied the press release with a statement providing information about the performance of the brand in the past quarter. He mentioned that both Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Tom Clancy's The Division 2 were received well at E3 alongside Skull and Bones. Here's a quote. We had a record first quarter which exceeded our expectations. This performance was fueled by steady growth for our back catalogue and excellent momentum, once again confirming the increasing reoccurring profile of our business and the ever greater success of our digital transformation. Our teams are continuing to deliver on our strategic plan on ramping up our franchises. Assassin's Creed Odyssey and The Division 2 were very well received at E3, confirming their full potential in a highly competitive environment. Our new creation, Skull and Bones, also made a very good impression due to its innovative gameplay combining naval battles with a multiplayer experience. Thanks to its numerous growth drivers, brisk digital trajectory and close-knit relations with its gaming communities, as well as the fact that it directly owns its brands, Ubisoft is ideally positioned to meet its targets for a full year 2018-19 and continue to grow and increase its potential profitability over the long term. Here's a summary of the publisher's financial performance. In terms of sales, there was around 400 million euros, net bookings of up to 88.8% to around 381.5 million euros, outstripping the target of around 350 million euros. Digital net bookings were up 76.7% to around 287.0 million euros and 75.2 rather of total net bookings versus 80.4% in first quarter 2017 and 18. PR1 net bookings of up to 51.5% to 125.9 million euro, 33% on total net bookings versus 41.1% in the first quarter of 2017 and 2018, so a definite gain there, with the back catalogue net bookings up 74.7% to 332.6 million euros. That's 87.2% of total net bookings versus 94.3% in the first quarter of 2017-18. With the targets for full year 2018 and 19 confirmed, the announcement also included a series of highlights of the company's performance during the quarter. So PS4 remains extremely profitable for Ubisoft then. And in our final news segment, the God of War developer Sony Santa Monica is hiring a concept artist to develop a new series of gods, indicating work on a God of War sequel may have already begun. God of War launched earlier this year, earning rave reviews and selling 5 million copies in its first month, so naturally a sequel to this colossal game was all but assured. Now, God of War has always been one of Sony's tentpole properties, and Cory Barlog's superlative reboot only revitalized it for a new generation, and it looks like development on that sequel, or at least a substantial new expansion pack for the current game, may have already begun. The Sony Santa Monica Studio website is now listing a job posting for a concept artist to draw and design new gods, which, you know, they won't be doing that for the LOLs, but it's pretty clear that this is for a new entry in Kratos' story. God of War's story ends at a crucial juncture, leaving the doors of the title's take on Norse mythology wide open for a lot of events and gods depicted in the original stories in future games. I have to hope some of that will make it into the sequel, and if you finish the game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. God of War 2018 is out now exclusively on PS4 platforms. And that's where this video ends, but do let us know your thoughts and opinions on all of today's news stories, because that unfortunately brings us to the end of another video. But let's continue the discussion in the video comments, and for more PS4, Xbox One and Nintendo Switch news, subscribe to FOXY Games UK, hit the notification bell so you never miss content. Remember to thumbs up if you like the video and help us reach more like-minded gamers simply by sharing this video. And for just €1, $1, £1 or equivalent, consider supporting FOXY Games UK's Patreon and help us grow. You'll find a link in this video's description. Thanks for your kind support. And there we have it. Until next time, as always, remember, play games, not corporations. Thanks for watching, everybody.